Hello and welcome to this tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about HTML, and this is lesson 1 of HTML. My name is David Thorne. I'm from www.thornwebdesign.de. I'm expecting that you know absolutely nothing about HTML or very little about HTML, and you're looking to start with the absolute basics. If you know a lot about HTML, this lesson is absolutely no point watching. Okay, first things first of this lesson, we need a text editor. Now, if you have Notepad, that's perfectly fine. Open Notepad up, and we can use that. I'm not going to. I'm going to use PS Pad editor because it's what I use and it's what I like to use. So I'm going to open this up. It's open source. It's free. I'll do another tutorial about finding it anyway. Well, if you do have it, then File, New File, HTML multi-highlighter. Just scrap this text. Okay. First thing we need to do is save the file. So File, Save As, and we're going to save it as index.html. The .html is hugely important because the page needs to know what type of what file type it is, and by saying .html it can then start reading the code and so on. Okay, so we press enter to save, and what we're going to do is we're just going to open it up. As you can see now, it has the Firefox icon on it, which means it's being read as an HTML file. So we double click to open it up, and Firefox open. Here we go, here it is. Okay, and you see there's nothing here at the moment. Now, Firefox is split down into, I'll start again. An HTML page is basically split down into 4 basic parts. Now what we have is the main HTML page, which is here, which is the whole thing. Obviously this is the browser, but on the page it's the whole page. And up here I would class as the head. These are all just metaphors for these words. Okay, it's for you to get to grips with remembering these different tag names. So I'm trying to give a little bit of word association to these tags. So if we can imagine the whole window is the HTML page, and then up here you have the head part of it, and then within inside the head you have the title, and this here is the title, the tag. Well, all these are the title. Okay. So, and then within this bit here, the big area where the normal content goes is the body. The body is where the main content goes. So we come back to our text editor, PS Pad, and what we need to do is HTML is split up into, well, it's constructed of tags, and I will show you what a tag it is. So it's basically starting off with a less than and greater than sign, and within the middle of these two you type HTML. This is the first and most important tag, and the second most important tag is closing the HTML tag. Please get into the habit now of opening and closing tags whilst you do them, otherwise it just gets a little bit confusing later on. So to open one up, we close one. Close one, we put a / within it as well, and then HTML. So that's the HTML open and closed. Now next, like I said, we have the head element of the page. So with it we now need to write the head tag. Okay, so we open and close the less than greater than sign, and with inside here we type head. Like I said, get into the habit of closing them straight away. So with a / we type head, and there we go. So now we have the head element. With inside the head element is the title of the page. So we open it up with the title tag, and we close it with the / and you have the title. So now what we can do is we can put in here, right in between the title tags, the title. So this is the title. You can obviously type whatever you want in here. Okay, so now with inside, after the head element, as in this bit, we now have the body elements, which was the main white space. So we now need to open up a tag, call it the body, and then close the body tag. This is the main structure of the page, pretty much finished. Is you have the head, like of the HTML open, close, the head, open, close. With inside the head you have the title, and underneath that you have the body. And with inside the body we can just simply type, this is the main content of the page. There we go. Now all we've got to do is save it, so Control S, and we come back to Firefox, and we see index.html. we'll refresh it by pressing F5 or refresh, and as you can see, this is the main content of the page. And then we've got the title here, this is the title, and up here also, this is the title. That is near enough the basics of HTML. You have written an HTML page. Okay, last and final thing, we're going to talk about white space. It's best to get it out of the way now, or it can get confusing. Now, white space is from this exclamation mark, everything on, continuous, into affinity basically. Well, what this will do, the page will keep reading, and when it gets to the last character, it will move on, and then it will go on to the next line. Okay, if it doesn't find anything, it goes to the next line. So if we just type, this is a new line. It's easier if I show it to you rather than explain it to you. So I'll just press Control Save, and as you can see, this is obviously on a new line, and we come here and we refresh it. You see it's on the same line. You have to tell you have to tell HTML what to do all the time. It's basically like a little child. It needs to be told everything what to do. So to nip this in the bud, the break tag, BR, is basically telling, hey, make a new line please. I'm finished with this line, now make a new one. So if we press Control S here, go back to here, the Firefox, refresh it, it goes to a new line. Nice and simple, very, very simple. And okay, so I'm pretty certain we've started the absolute basics of HTML now, and if you're able to write this out every single time, yeah, just try it. Open up a text editor, write out a title, some contents, save it, open it up in a browser, and if it works, then you've done it. Do it a couple of times, and once you remember the format the way it is, then you're ready to move on to the next stage. I'm sure it won't take you very long to move on to the next stage. Okay, thank you very much for watching the tutorial. The next tutorial we're going to be formatting text, i.e. with paragraphs, with headings, making the text bold, underlined, italic, and possibly, if there's time, changing the colour as well. But I'm pretty sure we'll leave that to the third tutorial. Okay, well, thank you very much for listening. My name is David Thorne. Visit www.thornewebdesign.de, where all my tutorials are, and there's other information as well. Okay, lovely, thank you very much, and take care, goodbye.